Hey, what's up guys? MajorDangle here with another quick tank review video, and today we'll be dropping all the way down to the Tier 7 Hybrid Nation Tank Destroyer, the Silencer. It was first introduced in the Resistance season vehicles. This was the first tank you would have got out of that season, and I just feel like it is a very underrated, underutilized tank. This is probably one of my favorite TDs in this game, and probably one of my favorite tier 7s in this game. This is a completely fictional vehicle based on the Charrier tier. Wargaming made this tank up, so there is no history on this vehicle, and there's been other videos on this, so we'll go through how I have it set up real quick here, and there's probably better ways to set up this vehicle, but this seems to work for me. You can't add a camo. What you see is what you get, and I think Wargaming did an excellent job on the look of this tank anyways, so I think it looks really good. You can add attachments here if you like, but other than that, we'll look at the stats real quick here. And again, this tank feels like an easy ace for me. This count here, I don't got a lot of battles, but I already have 11 aces with this vehicle and throughout all my accounts. And yes, I do have a few. I probably have an easy 100 aces total in this vehicle. But when this tank first came out, you see that you had all kinds of modules you had to upgrade just to get it fully upgraded. And this tank is a TD. It does not have a lot of armor at all. You're going to be penned by almost every vehicle that you come up against in battle, so you got to keep that in mind. Keep cover by you at all times, get your shots off, and then get back into cover, because the most armor you have is in your front hull at 92 millimeters. It's not very thick, almost paper thin. Everything's going to pen you, and you only have 1,092 hit points. But the gun on this vehicle is where it's really good in my opinion. You have a damage per minute of 2,250 hit points, magazine reload time of 14.03 seconds. So it is a bit of a long reload, but you do have 2 shells in your magazine with 2.5 seconds in between those 2 shells. Average penetration for armor piercing rounds 231 millimeters. Heat rounds 285 millimeters, and HE rounds 54 millimeters. Average damage of 310 for AP rounds. Heat rounds 260 hit points, and HE rounds 400 hit points. Pretty good aiming time of 3.9 seconds. Good gun dispersion, and you got a gun depression limit of 7 degrees and gun elevation of 18 degrees. I do feel it could use a little bit better gun depression, but 7 degrees is enough to peek over a lot of the ridges in this game and to look down on tanks from your TD position. This is a pretty quick tank too, at 48 kilometers forward and 15 reverse, average speed of 35 kilometers per hour. I tend to actually like to play this tank like a medium. And I actually did just have a couple battles in this tank, and I won all 3 of the battles that I had here tonight. But I did have one really good battle that we will take a look at real quick here on Mines. And you do see I am low tier this battle, so we'll see what we can do. You know, when you're low tier like that, you normally want to hang back, and you don't want to rush up to the front lines. But looking at the enemy lineup, there's nothing on that team that I'm too terribly worried about. And, you know, this map gets a lot of hate. I don't know, I kind of like this map. It is pretty small, but I am going to rush up to this center hill here. I just feel like if you get this center hill taken, then most of the time you're going to win the game. And you see that. We get a couple nice snapshots into that T20, and we set them on fire. But this Pershing is poking a little bit, so we're going to back up with that long reload, and we're going to get our clip reloaded here. Going to poke back up and see what we can do. Again, you don't want to rush up this hill at this point, because now the TDs, any TDs back there or any tanks back there are going to be waiting for you to cross. So you can get up to this rock here and you'll still have cover, but if you cross right there, that's a dangerous thing to do. But we're going to use our camera angle here, and we're going to see that that Pershing's not looking at us. So we're going to get up here real quick. We get one shot into him. Unfortunately, we do get shot from something out in the back of the map there. Like I was saying, they like to hang out back there, so you do got to be a little careful. We see the Persian's not looking at us, so we're going to get a couple nice shots into him. And we're going to back into cover. Now the Pershing's going back to the garage. Alright, now we see that we got a couple enemy tanks coming up behind us here, so that's a good thing about this center hill right here. You can see pretty much all sides of the map. We do get a snapshot into the Tiger and one in the VK. Now we're going to back up because everything's going to be able to pen us, so keep that cover. You should be good. Alright, VK is down to a one shot. And see, that 7 degrees is enough to look down on enemy tanks if you have to. And we'll see if this Tiger is going to let us get a shot into him. Alright, and we sent him back to the garage. But unfortunately, that AC was looking at us and did get a couple shots into us. But that's alright. We're still alive here. 2,600 damage out. And we're fully reloaded. Alright, now we got that AC over there. We do know there's a tank hiding out back there. That's what shot us when we first came up here. And it looks like our teammate is going to go take care of that AC here pretty quick. Just didn't want to get into a crossfire having that AC looking at us and whatever TD is hanging back here. But now the AC is going back to the garage. Now we're going to use our speed to get up here real quick. And hopefully that AMX isn't looking at us. Alright, not sure where he is yet. And there he's spotted. He does get a shot into us, unfortunately. We get 1 and 2 back into him and a nice track shot. And that was pretty lucky because he probably would have ended our battle if we didn't get that track shot. But luckily we got a teammate back there too that he's paying attention to, so he gets his shot off onto him. And that allows us to send him back to the garage. And we get a nice 4 kills there. 3,700 damage out. You know, again, I've had some really good battles in this tank. And actually my highest battle ever was in this tank. And it was a bot lobby. So, I mean, I can't brag too much about it, but I think I had like something like 7,300 damage in this tank. It was my highest battle ever. But again, it was against mostly bots. So, but yeah, again, 3,700 damage, 4 destroyed, 5 tanks damage there. You know, it is a good credit earning tank. So, you know, tier 7, a lot of the tanks are good credit earners. So you're going to earn credits. We did have one good teammate there too, so we had a little bit of help from our team, and yeah, that's the silencer there. Again, it's one of my favorite TDs in this game. I think it looks really good. The gun is very good. It's a quick tank, but again, no armor, so you do got to play a little careful. But yeah, I think if you guys can get your hands on this tank, I definitely would recommend it. I know they've sold it once or twice since it came out in the season that it was in. But yeah, if you can get your hands on it, I would definitely recommend it. And so that's all I have for this episode. Thanks for joining me. See you on the next one.